Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Alright, so today we're taking a reservoir tank, as you can probably see, and we're in our Peterbilt. Despite the fact that the W900 has actually been released now. I don't know if I have any. There's Kenworth, so let's just, can I visit them online? No, not yet. Anyways, but the W900 has been released now, so I haven't actually checked it out yet, but it's in the works very soon. So here we are in, where the heck are we actually? I think we're in California. No, Nevada. So we're just in Nevada, just close to Reno, and we're going to Jackpot. It's a place I have not been yet, which is kind of cool. So we're gonna go check that out and see how it goes. As you can see, it's raining, which is probably like the very first time I think most people have seen it rain in the game. That means I should probably put my windshield wipers on, which is always helpful. I was just here at the weigh station. Whoops. Just here at the weigh station, just stopped for a little bit of time there, and I feel like I can't hear my truck, so let's turn that up a bit. There we go. This is right after the most recent update, actually. Thank you, truck. This is after most recent update that they just had like today, or yeah, I guess it was yesterday technically. So they included the W900, and they also included a couple other things in the update, which is pretty cool. One of the things they included in the update was reduced fines for speeding, and a little bit more leniency in the fines itself. So now, if you go like 1 mile an hour over or 1 kilometer over, they no longer give you a ticket like right away. So it's a bit more of a wait now. Should I have gotten gas? No, not really. So it's not so bad. Oh, good thing wasn't even paying attention to how fast we were going there. But yeah, so they reduced that, and which makes it nice because you can kind of like drive, and they give you a little bit of time to actually reduce your speed, as opposed to, you know, as soon as you pass a cop doing like, you know, 1 kilometer over, boom, you get hit with a ticket. So they changed that a little bit now, so it's kind of nice. So I'm very happy about that small change. They also made a couple other little small changes to do with traffic and whatnot, about turning right, and they had some clarification about turning right. As far as I know, they say as long as you indicate to turn right, you won't get a ticket, which is interesting. So like, even if you don't stop, it seemed like, I don't know if that was actually the case or not, but that's what it seemed like. So I am very curious to see how that plays out. Oh, it is still raining. Okay. Didn't look like it was raining there for a second. So, I don't know. Those are some of the changes that I have read about. There's a couple other random changes that they added as well. One thing I noticed, I don't know if it was if they actually made this change or if it's just my imagination, but it seems like the number, oof. Let me just turn those off. There we go. It seems like the number in the dashboard for, do they actually have like rooster tails now? Oh, that's super cool. I never noticed that before. I mean, like when the tires are turning, you can see so let's try and go 50 kilometers an hour around this cop. Good, we didn't get a ticket there. So let's see what happens. So I'm gonna go 50 kilometers an hour, and it's actually only 48 in the city here, so we'll see what happens. But it looks like they made the number, like a number that shows you how fast you're supposed to go in your GPS. It seems like they actually increased the size of it just a teensy-weensy bit, or made it clear or something, because I feel like it's so much easier to read now. I don't know if that was an actual change or not, or just seems that way. I don't know. So, let me know if you agree with me or not. I am kind of curious. Look at this. Very nice. You can kind of see the sheen on the road still. Oops, I don't want to do that. That's what happens when you decide to put the wrong buttons on. So I hit the cruise control button, and unfortunately it decided it was going to, I set it to 50 kilometers an hour and I didn't change it back. So, well, the one thing I kind of noticed, I don't know if it's a mistake or not, but when I hit my resume cruise control button, it'll put the retarder on in the truck to slow it down, and then when I like try to take over after, it seems like the retarder is still on sometimes. It's really strange. I don't know if you have experienced that or not as well. but that's kind of how I feel sometimes. So it's like I have to put the retarder on, like myself manually once, and then turn it off, take it off again, and then it seems to be fine. But it's a strange little thing I've noticed. And let's do that. There we go. Move into this lane here. Perfect. So I'm using a different recording software today. I'm using OBS. I switch between Open Broadcaster software, which is a free open source software. Definitely check it out. It's pretty cool. And Mirrorless Action, which is a paid software. And the reason why I switch between the two sometimes is I run into problems every now and then with Mirrorless Action or OBS. Usually it's Mirrorless Action. And that's because, like, you know, some little things. Like today, I recorded like a couple videos this morning, and just short ones to do some testing. And for whatever reason, it was like the video was skipping a little bit, which was really annoying. So I decided to switch back to this for the time being until there's an update. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure. Whoops. Got distracted there for a second. I'm not sure whether it's just because of the software or whatnot, but I chose, but like I checked to see whether one would do it and the other one wouldn't, and it seems like it was only with Mirrorless Action. So there was an update recently, and I think that caused that problem. So, which is kind of strange. So, yeah, unfortunately, but that's why you have, you know, multiple options, like having, you know, OBS and Mirrorless Action. Some people have like DxTory, Fraps, and all other stuff too, but and OBS because that's free. So a lot of people use OBS for streaming because it's pretty darn awesome for that. So that's what I use for streaming on YouTube or Twitch. I think you can use Hitbox too, if memory serves. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, how have you guys been enjoying American Truck Simulator? I know some people already have kind of, they feel like the game, there's not much there yet in comparison to Euro Truck. Because of course with Euro Truck you have like, you know, miles and miles and miles of like, you know, roads you can go on, whereas it feels like in this game, sometimes when you're driving to certain locations, it feels like you've been there before, like multiple times. And you can kind of get that feeling if you go over the same road. Like I've made like multiple trips now from like Los Angeles to like San Francisco and Los Angeles to Sacramento and places like that, so you kind of get the feeling that you keep going over the same road sometimes, and that's because there's only 2 states. So it's a bit unfortunate, but you get that feeling after a little bit of time. I still enjoy the game, but someone I was talking to mentioned that, and I kind of agree with them, because it does feel like that a little bit. Is it still enjoyable? Yes, of course it's still enjoyable, but it does get that feeling like oh, I've been here before, or I've seen that before. Like you still get the Easter eggs every now and then. You kind of see them, and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. I don't remember seeing that before. So, but it definitely feels like you see some stuff like more than once. And that's because there's only 2 states. Once there more states get included, like I know there's another state, Arizona's supposed to be coming soon, so that'll be good once that's included. Oops, should probably slow down here. Go back down to 100. So yeah, I don't know. It's been kind of interesting to see what's what and who's who in this scenario. So yes. Going back to what I was talking about OBS. So because I'm using Open Broadcaster software, this is like one of the very first times I'm actually recording in like 1080p, 60 frames a second on OBS. Let me know what the quality is like. I'm very curious because I've never recorded in this particular, at this quality level for OBS. So let me know what you think. Is it good? Is it bad? Let me know. So always good thing to get feedback. So yeah, they had the update for ATS, which is kind of cool. It's one of the very first ones, so it's pretty cool to see what they have included in this update. They've made some good changes so far. I'll have to check out the W900, which is more along the lines of my Peterbilt 389 or 379, and it's like it looks like that a bit more. So I will probably go to that eventually. So maybe when I get another truck, I'll replace this truck with the new Kenworth. Who knows? Just check it out. I am kind of a Peterbilt fan. I have no, honestly, when people ask me like, why do you like Peterbilt so much? I really have no idea. If there's, I don't know. I just maybe it's the name Peterbilt. I don't know. I just like some of the older style trucks from Peterbilt. But the Kenworth W900 is pretty nice too. So, which I have to admit. Very nice. Look at this. Very cool. Yeah, so this is one of the areas I haven't been to yet. Well, got awfully dark inside there. This is one of the areas I haven't been to yet, and I just wanted to go there because I wanted to try to explore the whole map, and that's why I wanted to go to this particular location. Now, there's only a few towns I haven't been to yet. I'm like level 11 now. I think it's a level 11. Level 11 now. So I've done a little bit of driving off camera just because, you know, didn't want to show the same thing or show all the lower levels. So I recorded some of it and then did some off-camera stuff and recorded some more of it. So, but I do feel like the inside of this cab gets really dark though. So I think there is even some mods to change that now, which is kind of interesting. Some people have said that there's like what is it, indoor lighting fix, I think, where it increases the lighting inside the cab. Like, look how light it is outside still, but it seems so dark inside the truck. I don't understand. So, safe personal storage. Okay, good to know. Very good to know. We got the sunset going in the background there. Looks like, I guess we're heading east, I guess, if I had to guess. If the directions on this game are right. That is always... I think in the SES probably has... Let's just check. Let's see. Are we heading east? Yeah, we are. Good. I was gonna say, I'm like, that'd have been a little funny if we if we weren't heading east, but no, they did a good job of making sure that we were heading the right direction with the sun in the right direction. Because I think Farm Sim doesn't have that. So if you ever notice, like, if you're pointing, like, let's say east on Farm Sim, I don't think the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. I don't think, at least. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's something I don't usually pay a lot of attention to. One sec, I'm gonna get a quick sip of water here. Alright. So one of the things that is kind of interesting about this is because I'm using Open Broadcaster software, it doesn't have a pause feature. And I've gotten so used to using the pause feature on Morellis Action. So it's like I'll just pause, walk away for like 10 minutes and come back and continue recording. That was one thing I can't do with OBS, which is a bit of a shame. And maybe there's a plugin that can do it, but I've never gone on my way to look for one. But it's a really nifty little feature, because sometimes you just want to do something off camera real quick and, you know, like finish a field or something like that. But when you, with OBS, it just, you know, you go straight through. Or you cut it out, one or the other. I don't do a crazy amount of editing after the fact, but you definitely can if you want to. Some people do a lot of editing, some people do a little bit of editing. I kind of mix and match a little bit. This is why I stay on this lane, so I can, you know, swerve a little bit, I guess, without running into anybody, hopefully. Hopefully being the keyword here. Oh, yeah. Let's grab some fuel here. Oh, this is a way station. I don't want to go to the way station. I thought it was fuel. Didn't even get called in anyway, so... Hopefully there's no one there. What do we got? Nope. Like I would have stopped in real life. There we go. I wonder what would happen in real life if you went through a way station that quickly. Probably would get pulled over. I don't know if the speed actually changes, or if there is actually a speed limit, or like a posted speed limit in there. I didn't notice it, at least. One thing I kind of find a little interesting is that it seems like in this game, when you are when the speed limit changes, it seems like it's not always posted. My engine brake was supposed to kick in there, but I guess I didn't hit the clutch enough. It's a bit of a shame. Alright. There we go. Go, 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 go. So, if I were here and I had my right turn signal on and I turned right, apparently I wouldn't get a ticket, even if I didn't stop. Because I have my right indicator on. As far as, like, that's what it seemed like, at least in the patch notes. It seems like as long as you had your indicator on, you could turn right without actually stopping. That was a clarification, at least. So, have you guys tried out the W900? What are your thoughts on that? Is it a good truck? Is it a bad truck? Does it look nice? Let me know. I haven't, like I said, I haven't checked it out yet, so I am very curious to hear what people's opinions are. Excuse me. Put our high beams on. There we go. Perfect. I generally don't drive at night. This is I only have a short little time left. Yeah, 78 clicks is nothing, especially in this game. So we'll go there, and that'll be end of this episode. And then here's another little thing I've been randomly thinking about. It's because I changed the quality settings on OBS. It'll be curious to see what the size of the file is as well, because sometimes the file's size changes depending on, well, it definitely changes depending on the quality you choose. So I have put it 1080p 60 frames a second, for example. So I'm curious to see how big the file is going to be. Hopefully it's not huge, but I suspect it will be. So here's something to look out for. When you are driving in ATS at night, pay attention to the sky, because sometimes you will see shooting stars, which is awesome. The other day I was driving in the game, and I was like, la 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 la, you know, just enjoying the drive. I drive at night when I'm playing by myself and not recording generally. So I was like, la 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 la, look at all this, and then I'm like, suddenly I noticed, hey, that's a shooting star. And I thought that was really neat. So it's funny, last time I used the engine brake in town, people were like, you can't use your engine brake in town. This is true, you're not supposed to. But I do anyways, just because I like the sound of it. I try not to, but I don't always remember. Alright, let's go here. This is Jackpot, Nevada, which I have never been before, so. Alright, probably should turn my high beams off. Probably scare all the neighbors around here. Turn the engine brake off there. Now I've remembered to do it. Alright, so this is Jackpot. Doesn't look that interesting. Well, it is dark outside too, that probably doesn't help. But it doesn't look super crazy. There's been a couple cities I've gone into and I'm like, wow, it looks really nice in there. And there's a couple cities I'm like, just a city. But most of them are pretty nice. Ooh, look at that truck. That must be, is that the W900? Must be. So this is our stop up here. So we are taking a reservoir tank, like I mentioned. This is in their farm. Now, where do they want this? Oh, right there. Okay. Let's see if we can do this. Ooh, that's a bit of a tricky spot. Look at that. Look where it is. Huh. I will try for a short while, but I don't want to spend the whole, because like I could spend too much time backing up, as I'm sure we all have. We're not all expert backer-uppers. I'm definitely not. I don't claim to be. This is how I end up doing backing up all the time. Because if you do it in the cab, I find it's just not. The mirrors just don't work the way I want them to half the time. Oh, let's straighten it out. See if we can't. Yep, it's done. Straighten it out a little bit there. Don't crash into the other shed there. And we should be good once that truck's in there. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. Now I need fuel. Nice. So that was 1,000 kilometers. Oh, okay. So I upgraded. Nice. Workhorse. Still a workhorse? What's up with that? So what I've started doing is putting some in long distance, and that seems to it increases the distance we can actually go. So like eventually I'll get these two, I think, too. But I think like that was 1,000 kilometers, and I think that almost that's almost the whole map basically. That's what I've noticed at least. Anyways, folks, that'll be it for me for today. That's another episode of American Truck Simulator. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate that. My name's Iain Robson, and I'll catch you guys later.